NBA YoungBoy, also known as YoungBoy Never Broke Again, has carved a unique path in the hip-hop industry, not just through his emotionally raw and prolific music catalog, but also through a long history of publicized conflicts and street-oriented feuds. With a reputation for keeping things personal and confrontational, YoungBoy has been involved in multiple beefs throughout his career, ranging from subtweet battles to dangerous street altercations. In this video, we're diving deep into the many beefs of NBA YoungBoy, from Baton Rouge to the mainstream rap industry, to understand how these rivalries shaped his rise, his reputation, and possibly even his safety. YoungBoy's first, and perhaps most significant early beef was with fellow Baton Rouge rapper G Money. This feud was rooted in neighborhood tension and personal betrayal. Initially, the two artists were close. Both were rising stars from Baton Rouge, affiliated with groups like TBG and NBA. However, as their careers began to take off, competition and distrust seeped in. Things took a darker turn when G Money released a track dissing YoungBoy, referencing rumors that YoungBoy had been sleeping with his sister.
Got the big head and just started like the feelings he been feeling probably deep down inside that he was scared to put out. He let that out once he got a name and got from down here. He started letting this shit out how he probably been feeling. He mad about his sister too though.
About his sister?
Yeah, I had fucked her a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he mad about that.
YoungBoy responded with tracks like Pour One and later, Who I Talk To, where he subliminally threatened enemies and reminisced about the pain of betrayal. This beef tragically escalated into street violence. In 2017, G Money was shot and killed outside his studio in Baton Rouge. While YoungBoy has never been officially linked to the crime, the streets buzzed with speculation, and the incident created a major divide in the Baton Rouge rap scene. Even years later, the tensions between NBA and TBG affiliates remain high, with retaliatory violence continuing sporadically. One of YoungBoy's most high-profile beefs is with Lil Durk and the entire OTF camp. This feud has dominated headlines since 2020 and has been marked by diss tracks, bloodshed, and media attention. It all started after the murder of Chicago rapper King Von, who was signed to Lil Durk's label. King Von was shot and killed in Atlanta during an altercation with Quando Rondo, an affiliate of NBA YoungBoy. YoungBoy stayed silent at first, but Quando Rondo's track End of Story, in which he justified the shooting as self-defense, caused massive outrage. As tensions mounted, YoungBoy seemingly entered the war of words with Bring the Hook, where he rapped, "Nah, this that Squid Game or Block Pack get rolled up," directly disrespecting Von's neighborhood and memory. Lil Durk didn't let it slide, responding with subliminals in songs like Aha, and later featuring on tracks like Rumors with Gucci Mane, which many interpreted as shots toward YoungBoy and his camp. The feud intensified with YoungBoy's I Hate YoungBoy, where he didn't just go at Durk, but his entire circle, including Gucci Mane, Boosie Badazz, Apple Music, and even Durk's fiancée India Royale. The sheer level of venom in the track took fans by surprise, and Durk kept things going by trolling YoungBoy online and continuing to mention the beef in interviews and songs. Though both sides claim they're focused on music and not street violence, this rivalry remains one of the most tense and dangerous in recent hip-hop history. Another notable falling out came with Florida rapper Kodak Black. Early in their careers, YoungBoy and Kodak seemed to share mutual respect. They both came up around the same time and had a gritty, melodic street style. However, things soured around 2020 when Kodak accused YoungBoy of cooperating with police after his then-girlfriend Yaya Mayweather stabbed another girl at YoungBoy's home. From jail, Kodak posted that YoungBoy was a snitch, prompting a fiery response from YoungBoy, who took to Instagram Live calling Kodak out and denying any involvement with law enforcement.
Niggas bitches. Niggas be writing academics about me, man. Telling academics to post shit about me. Niggas hoes. I ain't never paid attention to a nigga, especially from no motherfucking cell, nigga. The fucking nigga watching me fuck. Then what a nigga say? A nigga say I cooperated. Bow, man, bow, what, you stupid bitch? Huh? About my wife? Huh? About my wife? Say, Ayana, get up. Get up. Come here. You talking about this girl right here? My wife? You talking about my wife?
The beef escalated with Kodak throwing more shade in interviews and on social media, and YoungBoy dropping lines in songs that seemed aimed at Kodak's credibility. Kodak even released a diss track titled Dirty K that some interpret as aimed toward YoungBoy. Over time, the energy between the two softened slightly, and while they haven't officially squashed the beef, they've stopped publicly going at each other. Still, fans remember the betrayal and hurt pride that turned two once allies into bitter rivals. YoungBoy's open shots at Badazz stunned many fans, especially considering Boosie's status as a Baton Rouge legend and someone YoungBoy once admired. In I Hate YoungBoy rapped, "Boosie, you don't like me, nah, if you too," which blindsided Boosie and his supporters. Boosie responded on social media with disappointment, saying he had never spoken ill of YoungBoy and didn't understand the sudden aggression. This marked an unexpected turn in YoungBoy's character, showing he wasn't afraid to go after industry OGs if he felt disrespected or ignored. The fallout with Boosie seemed to stem from his siding with Lil Durk or remaining silent when tensions between OTF and NBA boiled over. In YoungBoy's world, silence can be interpreted as betrayal, and he's made it clear he expects loyalty or nothing at all. YoungBoy also took issue with Memphis rapper NLE Choppa, another young artist who was once a fan of his. Choppa seemed to side with King Von after his death and publicly praised Lil Durk for his consistency. YoungBoy interpreted that as disloyal and possibly clout chasing. He dissed Choppa in Know Like I Know, mocking him and calling out his decision to back Von. Choppa responded cryptically, but fans noted the change in tone between the two. Didn't help that Choppa got into a scuffle at the airport.
He just beat up NLE Choppa
With someone allegedly affiliated with YoungBoy's camp, making the beef seem even more physical. Though this feud hasn't spiraled as violently as others, it still shows how YoungBoy's loyalty lines are rigid, and any wavering from peers can turn into hostility. Though not outright beefs, YoungBoy's relationships with artists like DaBaby and Rich, the Kid, have also stirred controversy. After YoungBoy's diss tracks against Lil Durk, DaBaby collaborated with him on a joint project, Better Than You, which led fans to think DaBaby was taking sides. This caused backlash against DaBaby, and many accused him of betraying Durk. DaBaby insisted he wasn't choosing sides and was simply focused on music. Similarly, Rich the Kid received flack for appearing with Lil Durk on vacation in 2022, shortly after releasing music with YoungBoy. YoungBoy unfollowed him on social media and later addressed the situation in interviews, indicating he felt betrayed. This showed how YoungBoy doesn't separate personal loyalty from business relationships or dynamic that makes collaborations with him complicated and politically charged. Gucci Mane is another rapper who found himself in YoungBoy's crosshairs. Though the two previously collaborated, YoungBoy dissed Gucci in I Hate YoungBoy for working with Lil Durk and others affiliated with OTF. Gucci responded with publicity stunt, brushing off YoungBoy's attacks and suggesting he was just looking for attention. Fredo Bang, another Baton Rouge rapper affiliated with TBG, also maintains a cold war with YoungBoy. Their history mirrors that of G Money, and while neither has directly confirmed a beef, subliminal messages and diss tracks suggest otherwise. Fredo and YoungBoy never appear together, and with Fredo being close to TBG, peace seems unlikely. Even Jay Prince, the powerful Houston music executive, was mentioned by YoungBoy after his personal items were stolen in Houston and Jay. Prince tried to mediate the situation. YoungBoy felt disrespected by Prince speaking publicly and told him to keep his name out of his mouth, showing he doesn't care who someone is. Respect is everything to him. NBA YoungBoy has arguably become the most controversial and combative figure in modern hip-hop. While other rappers try to balance diplomacy with entertainment, YoungBoy thrives on isolation and confrontation. His loyalty is fierce, but his wrath is just as intense. Many of his beefs, whether with Lil Durk, G-Money, Kodak Black, or Boosie, stem from perceived betrayal, disloyalty, or street politics. Though it's impossible to ignore the raw talent and pain in YoungBoy's music, it's also impossible to overlook the dangerous path he's walked in the rap game. His beefs are more than lyrical. They carry real-world consequences, often spilling into violence and tragedy. As YoungBoy continues to navigate his career while being on house arrest and under constant legal pressure, fans and critics alike wonder, will he ever find peace, or is conflict simply part of who he is? Only time will tell if YoungBoy can move past his many rivalries, or if new ones will keep emerging in a game where alliances shift and enemies are always watching.